Broadcasting weekly from the Walnut Community Center, this is the WNC Mountain Reporter.
Hey y'all, I'm Sarah Scully and welcome back for this week's WNC Mountain Reporter. This beautiful music we're listening to was, believe it or not, performed by a group of 9th and 10th grade students I came across at Mars Hill University. I thought they were university students, but they're actually high schoolers, part of an all-star type orchestra consisting of musicians from all over Western North Carolina and the rest of the state. I just had to record them, they were so impressive. But now, for your weekly update. With Valentine's Day a few weeks away, I know y'all are gonna need some flowers. That's why I went and checked in with my friends at Shady Side Florists in downtown Marshall. Now don't be fooled by the plywood, y'all. The family-owned Shady Side was the first business in downtown Marshall back open after Helene, a great sign for the area. Their manager, Chris, and his sidekick, Tater, talked to me this week about the business and their reopening.
We've been in business since the late 50s. We are the local florist here in town. Been around for people's grandmothers, mother and daddies, them and their children. And that's what we do, is just take care of people's floral needs.
Chris says the business, running since the 1950s, is open and ready to serve thanks to continuous volunteers and community support.
We've got it dried up enough and heat in here and enough mud off everything that we can actually service the people in the community.
And they're back just in time for their biggest day of the year, Valentine's Day.
Of course, we've got all the standards. We've got the dozens, 2 or 3 dozen if you like, or a single rose. Anything that you can come up with, if you give us a day or so, we can try to have it in here.
And of course, we got Tater.
Yeah, Tater's large and in charge around this.
For Chris, the motivation to open so quickly comes from his love of his local community and the support they showed him when the flood hit.
We really appreciate our local folks, and they've been coming through for us, so we want to be here to come through for them. So we'll be here if you need us.
Thank you, Chris.
Uh-huh.
And Shady Side will deliver to all of Madison County and even to Lester, but get your orders in early as they'll be getting busy as the holiday approaches. Last week, we reported on the January 14th meeting in which county commissioners approved the allocation of $100,000 in funding for the historic buildings in Marshall and Hot Springs. Many of you sent me additional questions about the topic, so I stopped in at the Economic Development Board meeting this past Thursday, January 23rd, to learn more. Here are some of the key recommendations discussed in that meeting. A steering committee appointed by the county commissioners to provide oversight, $5,000 grants from the county, and up to $25,000 from BizWorks. Eligibility criteria required, and it goes to county commissioners for approval February 11th, with hopes to start applications by March. Mars Hill University's Weisenblatt Gallery hosted a reception last Thursday for Ghosts from Helene, a powerful group exhibition that features 80 Western North Carolina artists impacted by Hurricane Helene. The exhibit showcases artwork that was damaged, lost and recovered, or created in response to the storm. It includes paintings, photography, sculptures, and more, many still bearing the scars of the disaster. Our Mars Hill correspondent, Barbara McGuire, talked to one of the artists about her experience and her work.
Hi, I'm Barbara McGuire for WNC Grassroots Media, and we are here today with Janine, who's actually an artist that has her work here in the gallery exhibit at the Weisenblatt Gallery on Mars Hill campus.
My name's Leanna Echeverry. I'm a local Asheville photographer, and I had a gallery wall in the Marquee building, which is in the River Arts District. Actually, a friend of mine who also had her work in that building, she recovered it, and I was out of town because I had evacuated, and she sent me a picture holding it up. She recognized it because she knew it was mine. I really appreciate the opportunity that we've all been given to come out here and kind of be able to talk about our, what happened in our stories, and to still celebrate and show the artwork and celebrate everyone else's artwork as well.
The exhibit is still open until February 6th, and all artwork sales go directly to the artists, so please go take a look if you can. I actually went to the reception and bought a piece for my son. Now for some quick bites to keep you in the know. Reopening is just around the corner for the bike and coffee shop On Your Bike. Join the Chamber of Commerce and Rotary Club at On Your Bike in downtown Marshall for a sneak peek at their rebuild on Thursday, January 30th at 5:30 p.m., featuring food, drinks, raffle prizes, and more. Youth League baseball signups are open now through February 19th, and softball registration runs until February 21st. Visit the baseball website for more information or send an email for softball details. The Southern Blue Ridge Prescribed Burn Association and Madison County partners invite you to Bailey Mountain Preserve for an educational event like no other. Witness a prescribed fire in action and learn how this technique helps protect our ecosystems and reduces wildfire risk. The event date will be set during the 2025 burn window based on weather conditions, so for updates, check out their Facebook page at Bailey Mountain Preserve. The Hot Springs Library is restocking after losing their inventory to the flood. You can help by donating a book or DVD. Just visit the link that we posted in the description, pick a book that you want to donate, and that's it. For board game enthusiasts, Main Street Comic and Games is hosting a game night tomorrow, Wednesday the 29th at 5:30 p.m. at the Walnut Community Center. No entry fee, but donations will go towards the rebuilding of the iconic store that was destroyed in Helene. Memory cafes are comfortable social gatherings that allow people experiencing memory loss and their caregivers and companions to connect, socialize, and build new support networks. Cafes are free and feature a variety of activities, including music, snacks, crafts, and more. The next event, which will be Valentine themed, is Tuesday, February 4th from 10:30 to noon. Make sure to set a reminder. Now, on to sports. Wrestling or wrestling, it was a big week, and Madison County was well prepared as the high school and middle school teams both came home as champions in the Western Highlands Conference Championship. That means that the co-ed Madison Middle School, the high school men's, and high school women's teams all finished first in points. Individual champions for the high school men's team were Colton Jessup and Grayson Denton-Mostyn, and for the women, it was Kathleen Chandler, Braylon Thomas, Bailey Davis, and Kimberly Talton leading their team to victory. Madison Middle School individual champions are Jacob Brooks, Austin Jenkins, Cooper Kent, Hunter Martin, and Clay Jamison, who also won the tournament's Most Outstanding Wrestler Award. Coach John Clark got selected as the Conference Women's Coach of the Year. Way to go, wrestlers. On the court last week, Madison men's basketball team beat Mitchell in a close 64-61. And let's celebrate Gavin Galt, who scored his 1,000th point. That's impressive. This year marks the 30-year anniversary of a very special Madison High basketball team. A pregame reception was recently held for the squad that ran from 1995 through 97. In that time, the team were three-peat Western Highland Conference champs, set the season wins record multiple times, and were awarded Best Team in Western North Carolina by the Asheville Citizen-Times 2 years in a row. Shane Allison, the current head coach of the men's basketball team, shared his experience with having his old teammates back on the court.
Really good time. I really enjoyed seeing all those old guys come back. We were really excited about the reception and a little bit surprised that everyone was so loud for us.
Just off court, a highlight reel from those 3 seasons was played. I asked Coach Allison how he felt about seeing the footage of the glory days.
Our high school guys enjoyed it more than we did. I think they were a little shocked that we were actually fast once upon a time.
But the current Madison High team, in a rebuilding phase since Allison signed on as head coach 3 years ago, is looking more and more like the 90s dream team.
We're at the point now to where we're where we want to be. We've got kids that are very coachable, kids that work hard. So it's looking more and more like it did in the 90s. You know, just the timing's kind of good that we have that reunion because that's what we're trying to emulate. And we're getting closer and closer to it every day simply because of our kids' attitudes and how well they work together.
Also notable of that all-star team is that in '95, they had the highest GPA in the state. They had both brains and brawn. We're excited to partner with Madison High School and announce a Student Athlete of the Week. This week, congrats to Sarah Ball, who scored 11 points to lead her basketball team to a win over Owen, all while earning a 4.3 weighted GPA. Congratulations to our amazing wrestling and basketball athletes. That's it for the news, and we hope you've enjoyed it. On a personal note, we've heard some amazing feedback and support from our communities. It's really humbling. We'd love to continue to serve you, and to do so, we could really use some help. If you'd like to volunteer your time or donate, send me a direct message, go to our website, or email us at wncmountainreporter@gmail.com. Thanks again for watching. Now here's your moment of Appalachian attitude.
Hello, I am Jimmy Dean Hensley from Madison County, Shelton Laurel, North Carolina. And this is my saying that came from my grandma, an old Appalachian lady. And she always told us, whatever goes over the devil's back will come right back up and under his belly. Meaning, what goes around comes around, or you'll reap what you sow. And this is my moment of Appalachian attitude.